welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today we are going to be unboxing the July Maxie Makes sewing box. If you guys are unfamiliar with Maxie Makes, I'll put a link in the description box below where you can get it. I also have a coupon code for your first box as well, so make sure you take advantage of that. So Maxie Makes boxes are basically sewing and quilting, kind of like a project in a box is what I like to call them. They usually have fabric, patterns, and they are accompanied by video tutorials. Every now and then she puts out specialty boxes. This is one of those specialty boxes. A few months ago she did one on different sewing tools. This one is all about thread, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Alright, so in our box is this little handout and it talks about everything that's coming in our box. It's got information on each of the different threads, and then one of my favorite things about this is that it has this handy little chart on the back. It tells you the different type of thread, the weight of the thread, a description, how you can use it, like what the application would be, what kind of fabrics, what kind of projects, let's see, bobbin, what kind of bobbin thread you should use, the suggested needle size, and a suggested top tension for your sewing machine. So I'm definitely going to keep this little chart handy somewhere over by my sewing machine because this is really valuable information in my opinion. A lot of times it's kind of trial and error and you start with a new thread or a new project and you have to just kind of, and you probably will still have to do a little bit of adjusting, but I like that it gives you kind of a base point to get started from. So that's definitely helpful. Okay, so our first thread here is called Masterpiece by Alex Anderson. It's a 50 weight 3-ply Egyptian grown extra long staple cotton thread. This one is designed for piecing, quilting, and sewing, and Masterpiece is known to be one of nature's finest threads. It's certified Egyptian grown extra long staple cotton and designed to create perfectly pieced seams with the finest spinning and twisting, dyeing, and finishing techniques. It has extremely low lint, which is always a bonus, and it says you and your machine will love the sewing experience. And this particular thread says it comes in 79 different colors, so definitely a bonus. I don't have prices on here, so if I can, I'll try and look them up and see if I can get an average price on all these as well, but that is our first one. All right, our next thread is called So Fine, and it's by John Flynn. This is another 50 weight 3-ply polyester. It's designed for quilting and sewing, and it's a lint-free matte finish, smooth 50 weight 3-filament polyester thread. Due to its fine nature, it's an excellent blending thread and loved by both long arm and home machine quilters. This beautiful thread also works great as a bobbin thread. However, I love to pair it with bottom line in my bobbin. This is one of my favorites. And one of the questions I have for this one would be, I tend to quilt with all cotton fabrics, and so when I first started learning, what I was told was it's best to blend your fabric with your thread. That way when you're washing it, it kind of shrinks at the same time. If you're using a polyester thread, I believe it doesn't shrink as much as a cotton thread. So it's probably something to take into consideration when you're choosing your thread. I will verify that and hopefully put some information down here on the bottom, but I've honestly never tried polyester thread because I'm always using cotton fabrics. All right, our next thread is this monopoly invisible polyester monofilament, commonly referred to as an invisible thread due to its fineness and reduced sheen. It's a 100 weight monofilament, 100% polyester, and it's designed for invisible applique or quilting. This thread is unlike others that are made from nylon, therefore it will never become brittle or melt with an iron or other heat source. That is a bonus. It will stand the test of time and is suitable for heirloom projects, my go-to thread for stitching in the ditch, and for special quilting when paired with lofty wool batting. And it probably is looking white on here because the spool is white, but that is a clear thread. Our next thread is a really nice kind of neutral beige-ish color. This one is kimono silk thread. It's a 100 weight 2-ply filament silk thread. It's designed for applique, binding, quilting, and sewing. It's very fine, 100% premium multi-filament silk. It's ideal for hand and invisible machine applique and detail quilting. Great for hand sewing quilt binding on, and it's available in 80 brilliant solid blending colors. All right, our next one is called The Bottom Line by Libby Lehman. It's a 60 weight 2-ply polyester thread designed for applique, bobbin thread, and quilting. Lint-free, never felt so good. The Bottom Line makes a fantastic bobbin thread for any type of sewing. It's lightweight. Blending colors are easily matched with any top thread, and invisible applique and binding are a breeze with Bottom Line as it glides through layers of fabric. Bottom Line is fantastic for micro stippling and English paper piecing. Our next thread is called Sew Complete. This is a 50 weight 2-ply coarse spun polyester thread designed for sewing and crafting. Sewing Complete is a 50 weight standard sewing weight poly wrapped poly core thread available in 25 functional colors and wound on 300-yard spools. All right, and our last one here is called Vanish Light. This is perfect for basting and applique. Vanish water-soluble thread is created from a special blend of ingredients that allows the thread to be sewn or quilted, and when immersed in water, it dissolves. That is cool. I have not tried this one. It can be used in the bobbin as a great way to baste quilt layers together, then return to regular bobbin thread for quilting. When finished, moisten the bobbin basting threads and pull out the top basting thread. We will explore this technique in our video. So that's all the threads. The next thing we have in our box here is tea. This one is an organic chamomile with lemon herbal tea. So she always throws in a little bag of tea, and she encourages you to make some tea and sit down and watch the video tutorial. We also have a couple other little goodies in this month's box. These are little bobbin keepers, and so you can put your bobbin on here, and then it just pushes down into the top of the spool, kind of like this, and then you can keep your bobbin with your thread. These are really fun. I don't use these very often just because I kind of tend to stick with white, and so all my bobbins are sort of the same, but if you do use different colors or types of thread like in this box, these would definitely be helpful. So just to give you a little bit of background on what the boxes are, if this is your first time watching this video, this is not a typical box. This is definitely a specialty box. Every now and then she does put out a specialty box. The last one she put out was all about tools, and it had a variety of different rulers and things like that in it. So that was kind of a cool box. This one was obviously all about thread, but her normal boxes are more of a project in a box. You get fabric, patterns, you know, batting if you need it, pretty much whatever you need to create that specific project. And then it always comes with a video tutorial as well to help walk you through the projects. So these are usually really fun boxes to get in the mail. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I like doing unboxings so you can see what comes in these boxes before you spend your money on them. If you do enjoy these, please make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe. That way I know to keep making them. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time.